So this video is all about the SteelSeries Nova 7 headphones. These headphones are a high quality sound solution for your gaming setup. They're also stealthy enough to be your everyday travel headphones if you wanted to use them in that fashion. I've had the Nova 7s for a little over 6 months now, and I'm excited to walk you through what makes them stand out amongst the crowd. Before we dive in though, quick heads up, if you're looking at these for both your Xbox and PlayStation, grab the 7X version because the 7X are cross-compatible between the two consoles. If you just want them for your PlayStation, grab the 7Ps. You can spot the 7X version by the green headband. There's also just the 7s, which I have here in this video, and they are not compatible with Xbox per the SteelSeries spec sheet that they have online. So just keep that in mind. The 7Ps come in a PlayStation blue and the 7s are just straight up stealth black. And like I said earlier, the 7Xs have the green headband. With all that confusing compatibility talk out of the way, I just recommend that you grab the Nova 7X version as they are compatible with every platform. And you can switch out the headband if you don't like the green. If you're looking at these and you want the maximum compatibility, grab the 7X version. As a casual gamer who's tried a few headsets, including the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless, Odyssey Mobius, and the Sony InZone H7s, I've got to say that the Nova 7s really hold their own against those. While the Arctis Pro Wireless might be my all-time favorite headset, they are still quite a bit more pricier, but they are loaded with a ton of more bells and whistles and have a lot more features set. Speaking of price, the Nova 7 headphones go for around 170 to 180 US dollars at the time of this video, and you can score them around 150 bucks from time to time. That might seem a bit steep, but trust me, the features that they're packed with make them totally worth it. If you see them priced at $150 at any time and are considering purchasing these headphones, buy them right on the spot. You will not regret it, I promise you. The SteelSeries unboxing experience is always fun. You get this little box character, that you can kind of punch out and fold together and make it as kind of a desk feature if you want to. Then from there, you're presented with the headphones wrapped in a nice black fabric. We'll come back to the headphones here shortly. Then you get the manual, which I don't normally look at, but there's a ton of useful information inside. So I'd recommend taking a look at it at least initially so you can learn your headset and figure out the feature set, because there's just so many different things the Nova 7s do. As for cables for the Nova 7s, you get a USB-A to USB-C cable, a USB-A to USB-A extension cable for that cable, and then you finally get a 3.5 millimeter audio cable so you can go fully wired with your high fidelity sounds if you want to. And then last but not least, you get the infamous dongle that is shaped terribly and is USB-C capable. More on that later. Sound-wise, these headphones deliver. They have great audio quality and are comfy for marathon gaming sessions. If you're looking for a dedicated gaming headset that can also pull double duty for everyday stuff, the Nova 7s are definitely a solid pick, as they don't look ridiculous on your head if you were to wear these out in public. I mean, these, you wouldn't be able to tell that these are like a headset that you would have to be concerned with out in public, because, I mean, look at them. They look just like a regular headset, and they could totally pull your Apple Music, Spotify. I'm going to work or going to school and I'm commuting and all types of stuff. Like they just look really, really good. So with that said, right out of the box, you'll notice the Nova 7 headphones are well built. The elastic headband has a smooth top and a comfy, rubberized underside to it. The ear cuffs are where it might get a little bit subjective for some folks, as they find them a little shallow. I find them a little shallow, and they have a little bit less the passive noise blocking capability. But the foam material is really nice and breathable for those long gaming sessions or long commute sessions or whatever. You're not gonna have a sweaty ear at the end of your travels or the end of your gaming session. I like the ear cups and the way that they feel, but I wish they were a little bit deeper, because I can sometimes feel the drivers pressing against my ears, and I know that's problematic for some folks that have those wide ears, that go out this way, as this is not as deep as I'd like it to be. So just be aware of that, and just know that that exists with the Nova 7s. Physically adjusting them is a breeze. You can tweak the elastic headband from 2 positions. You can move the ear cups or swivel them around a bit if you need to. And I don't worry about them staying in place, and they don't squeak or squeeze your neck or have any excessive clamping force on people's large heads like mine. I can wear these things for a long period of time without any issue. The good thing about buying into the SteelSeries name, if the stock ear cups aren't your jam out of the box, SteelSeries has options to switch them up, and you can personalize them to what you would like for them to look like and feel like. Because I mean, there are other ear cup options for the foam as well as the outer casing for the ear cups. You can change that up and do whatever you'd like with it, with a certain limitation. Speaking of customizations, they just released the Diablo 4 edition of these headphones, and they look freaking cool as hell. I would have totally bought them if they were available at the time when I bought these, because I mean, they look legit, and I kind of like that, the devil looking kind of thing. I totally would have got these, and I wish I had the opportunity to buy them when I got these. Control-wise, these headphones are smartly designed. The left ear cup has the mic and mute button, the volume wheel, and a retractable mic for your stowing purposes. I like how the microphone is stored on this headphone. If we can jump over quickly, you can see that on the left side, there is the microphone, and you just kind of reach in and pull it out when you need to use it, and you can stow it away when you don't. You still get a pretty reasonable mic when it's stowed away. So if you want better audio quality coming from you just pull it out and it picks up your voice rather well. So that whole design with the microphone and how it's stowed away is one of my favorites. On the right ear cup, you got the Bluetooth and power buttons, as well as the game and chat volume wheel that is not working on PlayStation directly, which we'll talk about here shortly. Bluetooth is a fantastic feature to have, as the Nova 7s allow you to connect to your phone for music or your notifications or calls while you're playing, and you don't want to miss those types of things and kind of use those while you're playing. You can do that with these headphones. Plus, you can tweak the music and the calls with the side buttons as well, so you can skip to the next one or fast forward and stuff like that. So it's a really nice feature, and it's a really nice addition on these headphones. Now, setting these up for the PlayStation 5 or Xbox is super simple. Just plug the dongle in and you're good to go. It's ready to rock and roll. And if you're a tweaker like me, SteelSeries offers a ton of customization options through their GG software that works on Mac and PC. So now here comes probably my largest criticism of the Nova 7s, the dongle. It's annoyingly shaped and will block your USB-A port on the front of your PS5, rendering it absolutely unusable. You don't use some sort of dongle for your dongle. I mean, it's a little ridiculous in my opinion. Just shape it differently, and so I can have access to my USB-A port. And this goes the same for the 7Ps. The dongle isn't any differently shaped. They should know this. SteelSeries, I mean, if you haven't made the change, I think you should totally redesign the dongle for the PlayStation 5, because I think it's ridiculous that I have to give up a USB-A port just to use this headset on my PlayStation 5. SteelSeries really missed the mark here, and then should definitely consider pushing out an updated module to better fit the console without taking away a completely usable port and making it unusable. I can't plug anything into it. It's a bummer, and I hate the dongle on the SteelSeries Nova 7s. Let's talk about sound, but before we do, you have to pair these with the SteelSeries GG app to get the best out of your headset. I'd recommend you plug them into your PC or Mac prior to using them on any platform, because there's probably a firmware update for your headset at the time that you purchase these and load into any sweaty COD lobby. So just make sure that you update them, and you can mess with EQs and all that type of stuff on the GG app. I won't be talking about that app in any detail, because I find that when I make reviews like this, the SteelSeries is so proactive in updating their software and stuff that things change. Just know that they have a GG app available on their website, and I'd highly recommend downloading it and plugging your headset into it prior to any gaming or listening experiences, just because it unlocks the full potential of your headphones. So with that said, the Nova 7s really deliver and provide an awesome listening experience. They have a great separation of the highs and lows. Bass gets pretty thumpy without going overboard and kind of mushing all of the highs and lows and mids together, and that's some gaming headsets struggle with that. The sound stage is immersive and clear enough for me. I spend hours at a time playing games, and the whole time I am immersed with the sound, never having, providing an overbearing experience. even with the volume at around 100%. I will say that when it's up towards 100%, it gets loud enough to produce some vibrations between the driver, and you can kind of feel it on your ears because of the ear cup so shallow. And it happens when, you know, the pounding bass of like gunshots or something like that. But with that said, I never found them like, you know, fatiguing or anything like that. And I never had an issue with the drivers like, you know, distorting my sound or anything like that. They don't fatigue my ears during those long gaming sessions, and that's all I can really ask for. Like I was talking about earlier in this video, Bluetooth is another winner. Pair these with your phone and you can get notifications on the fly. The mic is solid, noise canceling does the trick, even though it's passive, and your buddies will hear you crystal clear with the microphone. I really, really like this headset.
Okay, so here is a sample of the Arctis Nova 7 microphone in its fully extended mode, which is the way that it is intended to be used. It does a pretty good job at reproducing your voice, whether it be in a gaming lobby or if you're talking to somebody via the Bluetooth feature on your phone, or maybe even hopped into a Discord or whatnot. I will say that it's a little bit tinny and it can be a little bit quiet, or it is a little bit on the quiet side, but I think it does a good job overall, especially considering how much this headset costs. It all doesn't matter what I think. This sample is being provided to you for your objective review or your subjective review on how you think this microphone performs. I think it does a good job and it's passable in my opinion, and I think it's a good opportunity for us to kind of test the microphone when it's fully stowed away, so I'm going to do that now. And here is with the microphone in its fully seated mode. It does an okay job. You can still hear the audio from my voice, but I think it's not that great. But it still is passable if you forgot to take this out, or if you're on a phone call and, you know, taking a public transit or something like that. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull this back out. And let's be quiet for a moment while I type on the keyboard a little bit more aggressively. You can't really hear it, and it's a great microphone in my opinion. So leave me a comment down below on what you think of the Arctis Nova 7 microphone.
Battery life is fantastic. One standout feature the Nova 7s provide is that they have a fast charging capability that allows you to play for 6 hours after only 15 minutes on the charge. The headphones last up to 26 hours of gameplay with Bluetooth actively running. And if you turn that off, you can get up to 38 hours with. That's straight from the spec sheet on SteelSeries, so I was not able to kill these in the months that I've had these and been gaming with them. You know, I just run a couple weeks of playing and kind of feel like it might be time to charge them up because the power button's blinking red, so I charge them up and I can get back in this session with just 15 minutes of charge time. I can say this with confidence that you're not going to be able to kill these in a single gaming session. It's just going to be impossible unless you're going to play for 30 plus hours. One downside of the Nova 7s, however, is that they don't have, unlike the Arctis Pro Wireless, have a swappable battery. I really got used to having that capability available on my headset, and it's something that I think is really useful in a gaming headset. Unfortunately, the Nova 7s just don't provide that. I mean, over a long period of time, I guess the cycles on the battery could be stressful or stress out the battery, and the life will definitely decrease. So not having a swappable battery is kind of a bad thing for the Nova 7s. So before I wrap this video up, what are the downsides of the Nova 7? Well, I've been rocking these headphones for almost a year, and honestly, I'm hard-pressed to find any major issues, except the one. The dongle absolutely sucks for PlayStation 5. And this will definitely be a turnoff for a lot of folks. You know, sacrificing that USB-A port for the dongle is a bad thing. And using a dongle on a dongle is gonna make your PlayStation look like crap. And I don't like the dongle solution. Another thing, the absence of a swappable battery is a bit of a letdown. And finally, I wish I didn't have to use the GG app software to get the most out of these headphones. It would be nice to get some direct support on the PlayStation 5 for the game and chat mix. I would love to have those visual cues while making adjustments like I do on the InZone H7s and H9s. I love that feature. And one final thing is that if you get these headphones, you're going to run into headphone hair easily because of the band and it's the way that it's built. Because, you know, I play with these for a while and then I go about my day and my wife is like, what's up with your hair? You're going to fix your hair? You look stupid. So just know the thickness of the band here is gonna, and you got a, you know, kind of hair like mine, you're gonna have that issue. So just know that that exists. Bottom line, the SteelSeries Nova 7 headphones are super legit. They sound great, they're super comfy, and they're packed with a ton of features. And one thing, they won't break your bank. You know, your wallet won't be hurting for a while after you purchase these things, and that's what really matters. Seriously, these are some of the best headphones that I've used, and they're really competitive when I reach for sound as my go-to headset for my PlayStation 5 gaming experience. If you're in the market, these are a killer choice, and you won't regret if you purchase these, especially at $150. With that being said, if you're interested in pricing and availability, I'll leave it linked in the description of this video. Full disclosure, those are my affiliate links, so making purchases through them helps support content creation here on this channel without costing you anything in addition, and it helps me continue to make content like this for you. So if you shop through that, thank you in advance. Before I close, I don't have anything else to disclose. I purchased these with my own hard-earned cash with the support of you shopping through my affiliate links. It makes these videos possible for me. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm Tomas, and I'll catch you in the next one.